Say hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
Hi, guys. I'm Laura Vitale. I've got sous chef. What's your name?
Mia.
And today, what are we making?
Dough.
We're making dough. We're making bread. We are making her favorite bread, which is a delicious, soft honey, like a honey wheat loaf bread. It's her favorite, and it's one of our favorites. And when I make it, it doesn't last very long, and it's really easy and so delicious. And I figured right now it is a perfect time to start learning how to make, basics like a loaf of wheat bread, white bread, Italian bread, things like that. It's a perfect time, and it's also great to do with kids.
A gummy bear.
It's a honey bear, not a gummy bear, but it's fine.
It's like a gummy bear.
It is like a gummy bear. Okay, so let me run you through the list of ingredients of what we'll need. Starting off with our dry ingredients. So I've got a combination of all-purpose flour, whole wheat flour. This is some Vital Wheat gluten. Optional, but I think it makes the bread so much better because it really helps the whole wheat rise, and whole wheat breads have a tendency to be really, really heavy, so it's hard for them to rise and stay really lovely and soft, and the Vital Wheat gluten really helps you achieve the same spongy, soft, delicious crumb of white bread. And you also need some salt. Can you mix those around, please? Gently. And now here to my measuring cup, I'm going to add sugar and yeast. You guys know I'm trying here, but hey, sous chef makes things a little, I just get distracted. All right, let's add the yeast. Good job. And now what do? We let this sit, right?
How do you do it?
Well, that has to sit now, okay? That has to sit for a few minutes or until the yeast proofs. The water is nice and warm, not too hot, not too cold. And I'm just gonna help sous chef mix this together as much as I can without spilling it all over the place, right?
Yeah.
And then we're gonna put it in the big mixer, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I've added all of the dry ingredients to this, bowl of my standing mixer. I'm going to add the yeast water combination, and then we need some vegetable oil and honey. But I think it's much easier if you go ahead and you measure out the vegetable oil first. That way your measuring spoon is all greasy and the honey will run right out, otherwise it's going to stick. So I'm just going to add that in. Sous chef is just oiling the bowl. She's one step ahead of me. Look how fast it comes right out. You see that? It doesn't stick to your spoon. Go ahead. And we need 3. Go ahead.
I do it.
Okay. Good job. Perfect. Okay. I'm just going to pop my dough hook on, and I'm going to let this knead for a few minutes or until it comes together into a nice soft dough at medium speed, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's there. Done?
Yeah.
Very good.
I'm done.
Yep, it is done.
Yay.
It is done, and it looks, come on, it looks great. Let's get it out. Good. You want a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay, here you go. That's all yours.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I'm just going to pull this together just like that, and that is going to be, it's going to be so good. It feels great. I'm going to put it in my oiled bowl, and I'm just going to go ahead. I like to oil the top a little bit.
I want to dry.
You want to paint the top?
Yeah.
Paint the top. And I'm just going to cover this and pop it somewhere warm until it's doubled. You want this to really rise. You want to add a lot of air, a lot of oomph in there to get a really lovely, soft and tender loaf of bread. And then I'll show you what it looks like once it's there. Done? Yeah. That has doubled in size. As you can see, it is just gorgeous. I'm just going to gently deflate it. Okay, if you hear noise, it's sous chef. She's playing over there. Listen, we're in this together. So you might just hear her noises. You might just, it is what it is for the next little while, right? We're just a big family around here. So what I do is I just flatten it, right? Get rid of any air bubbles. And then I kind of make it about roughly the same width as my 9x5 loaf pan. Stretch it out a little bit, and then I just kind of roll it up like so. I tuck in the sides. What on planet Earth? There I am. There we go. Tuck in the sides like so. Trust me, when this is done and it has risen, it will be phenomenal. Okay? You're gonna have to trust me. And I'm just gonna place this, I like to just pinch the bottom. And I like to just place this in an oiled 8 by 5 inch loaf pan like that. And I just sort of flatten it to make it nice and even. And then what I like to do, which is really important here, is I'm just gonna reuse the same piece of plastic wrap to cover this, but really important, I want you to oil the part that's gonna touch your dough because otherwise it'll stick. And when you go ahead and peel it off before you pop it into the oven, you don't wanna risk deflating your bread that is now going to go ahead and rise until it's like bubbled up on top of the pan, which I'll show you what it looks like when it's there. That looks magnificent. It just needs to go in a 350-degree oven for 35 to 40-ish minutes or until it's fully cooked through. Now, really, really important that your bread is not undercooked. It's always important, of course, with all breads, but it's particularly important with wheat bread because it does have a really gummy taste and texture. So what I do is I take a thermometer. I don't know where mine's right here. I just take a thermometer and I just insert it in there once I feel like it's almost done, just to check its temperature. I like to see 205 and over, but with a wheat bread or anything that's got a lot of honey or sugar or anything like that, you can run the risk of the top getting too cooked, too golden brown. So what you can do is, if you feel like it's getting too dark, is tent it with some foil as it continues to bake. So I'm gonna pop this in, I'm gonna check it around the 25-30 minute mark, and if I feel like it's getting too dark, I'm going to tent it with some foil, and I'm gonna continue to let it cook until the inside reaches around 205 degrees or just a little over, and then I'm gonna let it cook completely. My beautiful loaf was in the oven for about 35 minutes. Now I have another one here that I did this morning because this one's really hot and I don't want to cut into it just yet, but this one was done this morning exactly the same way, obviously. And I just want you to look inside. I just want you to see the tender, spongy, like it's just phenomenal. It's the best bread. It holds up beautifully. When it comes out of the oven, you can brush some butter on top if you want to. I don't, but you could. And if you've been with me for a long time, then you know I am notorious for cutting bread on a really weird angle. I don't know why. I don't do it purposely, so I'm gonna just try and just slice this perfectly and see if I can do it. But hey, it looks pretty good, right? Look at that, just soft and phenomenal. This is Mia's favorite bread. But if she finds the crust on a slice of bread, you better run. She's a no top crust kind of person. She doesn't mind the sides and the bottom, but she better not see the top crust because she ain't gonna be happy, you know? I'll save that for her, and I'll take this for myself. I'm telling you. This, slightly warm with a little blackberry jam would be heaven in my mouth. Go to lauraandthekitchen.com for the recipe. Hope you enjoy spending time with me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Goodbye.